This is the Horsepower Hour.
Yes, hello and welcome to another of the Horsepower Hour, the only podcast with a salvage title. I always bop to our intro music. I don't know what my problem is, Coy. Can anyone help me? Can anyone stop me?
First of all, I don't know what your problem is either, but there are a lot of them. And no, it's pretty clear at this point that you're not going to be stopped.
Well, fortunately, we have a third chair to give their opinion. Devin, how you doing?
I'm great. How are you guys doing?
I'm doing fantastic. So, what has been going on with you since you came on the pod last? I'm sure you have become a celebrity superstar because you came on the show.
Right, exactly. Yep. You got it. Yeah. I think last time we talked, we were doing the IAG show, or the Bronco Super Celebration show in Tennessee. So a lot since then. We've just kind of been working on trying to get my car running. I know they did another event in Wisconsin. I think that was pretty successful. And I went and played in Utah, which was really fun. So my car is running. We are going to be racing next weekend. So I am so excited.
Nice. Congratulations.
Yes. Thank you. It's been way too long. It's been since February. Like, I feel like I need to get some cobwebs off my feet now.
Darwin,
what kind of racing
he says hi boys. He also clearly means hi girls too.
That's okay. My name's Devin. I get it all the time.
What kind of racing are you going to be doing?
So we're doing time attack. We'll be doing an NJMP with Grid Life. Super excited. I haven't done that course yet, so try not to watch too much. I'm just kidding. There will be a live link that we can follow along, and it's 3 days, so I figure that's going to be plenty of time to learn it. I'm so excited. I'm just excited to get back in my car at this point. Like, I've missed it.
I'm always jealous of people that have running project cars. Although I will admit, I think a lot of times engineers have running project cars more often than regular people because, there's a little bit of that OCD, a little bit of the tism, so you can't leave projects unfinished. I mean,
Yes. It drives me nuts. I can't do it. Like, that's why when I was in Utah, Gabby's like, what's your next build? And I was like, okay, it's either going to be a Camaro or it's going to be a GTO. And I'm like planning it all out. She's like, do you have an Excel spreadsheet of this? I was like, I might. I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah. I hear that. Well, that's awesome. Of course, we want you to do your absolute best, but we will all be watching and kind of secretly judging. I'm just giving you that flat heads up.
Okay. Comment anonymously.
If the entire race season goes by and Coy hasn't finished his MR2, but he sees you like doing a bunch of time attacks, that we're gonna have problems.
Yeah.
Look, my 9 Lives wing showed up, so I'm legit now.
There you go.
I don't have end plates or stands, risers for it, but I have the actual element. So yeah,
that's what counts. Yeah, Johnny hooked it up. That's awesome.
Yeah, we got to have Johnny on again because he just sounds like a gangster. Like, he sounds like a hitman. Johnny 9 Lives.
The name does, yeah, it does. But in person, he's like the nicest person.
That's super true. Nice guy. Very interesting as well.
All right, so Devin, before we get kicked off, just give us a quick rundown of where people can find everything that you're doing.
Okay, so Instagram is my biggest thing. Facebook, I know a lot of people try to add me on there, and I'm horrible at it. So I don't take offense if I don't. But Instagram, Divine Force Racing, and I am going to be doing a TikTok here soon because I'm branching out on my social media. I'm going to be doing a little bit more like the manufacturing and machining side of things and working with SEMA a little bit. So really excited to see where that goes. So TikTok will probably be Divine Force Racing. I don't think that's going to be taken, but something like that.
I'm going to give you fair warning right now.
Yeah.
They do not like street racing content. My channel is on like a permanent account notice because I posted and one of them wasn't even street racing, it was drag racing, but I got 2 strikes for hate speech and 1 strike for like gore or something. What was it, Coy? Dangerous activities?
It's like encouraging dangerous activities.
Yeah.
The hate speech one was like there was rap music playing in the background because it was like an inside camera view. Over the dude's radio, whatever is playing apparently was hate speech.
Yeah,
it was awesome.
So just fair warning, you might have to dispute a few videos if you're putting racing content on. I'm just fair warning.
I will be putting racing content. I know Grid Life, they shared me on one of their like women's videos or whatever. Rebecca, she made this like thing of me shifting in normal clothes and then shifting into my race stuff. They flagged that. And I was like, we had to do like the green screen thing. I don't know how it worked, but we got it. Yeah, I was shocked. I was like, I'm even in safety gear. I don't understand. So we'll see how long it lasts, but we'll go for it.
Ryan Berger says my project cars aren't running either. So it is kind of a thing. I think there might actually be some good news for at least the Honda project car people, because they can just scrap their project car, just throw it away wholesale and get one of these bad boys. Ooh. So here's what's interesting about that. It's the 2023 Honda Civic Type R, and we just got that first little glimpse of the front, right? Besides that, all they've had has been just like camouflage or just real basic teasers, right? Something weird happened, you guys. So on the Honda Japan website, they went ahead and added the button for the Civic Type R to show their lineup of vehicles. Okay. But for whatever reason, they uploaded an actual video a photo, and then immediately took it down. And so we actually do have like a front 3/4 view of the 2023 Honda Civic Type R.
That's awesome. You know, that's not an accident, right?
I hope not. I think for generating buzz, that's one of the funniest things they could have done. Yeah. So what do you guys think about this new Honda Civic Type R? I mean, we don't really have the specs or anything just yet, but it's going to be a barnstormer, right?
Is it electric?
It is not a Tonka one.
Okay, so if it's not electric, I don't hate it. It looks a little long, like a cordy kind of like on the side, you know, like how the Honda Accords are long. But I guess could just be the rendering. I mean, I don't hate it, you know. Mm-hmm. Especially in that video, I would drive the shit out of that thing. Especially with the manual. Yeah.
I have to see what the performance is going to be, but as much as I hate to admit it out loud, I'm a bit of a Honda fanboy, but like Civic Type R's aren't my jam. But they always like blast out front wheel drive lap records every time they come out with a new Type R. Mm-hmm. And the only reason they don't have the front wheel drive record right now is because who is it, Andy? It's like Renault or something built like 500 special edition sticky tires from they basically built a super low count car to have the Nürburgring track record in front wheel drive class. And it's like this other car, the Type R's, I mean, college kids are driving those to school. They're not some super collectible, minute niche vehicle. And they pretty much always take the front wheel drive lap record. So I'm really stoked to see Honda do that again. I think they will, because that's what they do every time a Type R comes out. So
True.
I think you're right. And by the way, Devin, everything you were saying about it looking Accord-y, yeah, I could not agree with you more. I'm hoping that the dimensions are significantly different, but it does kind of have that. It's almost like Honda's moving into that body style. Yeah. You know, a lot of their sedans have this same front look, the same kind of body line right below the windows. So they're kind of embracing like a singular, like a branded look or something. I'm not 100% sure how I'm sold on it though.
Yeah. I'd still drive it. It looks fun.
Do you guys have any reservations about the Type R? Like, they've always proven themselves in the past. It's a Civic Type R. It's a cliche. Excuse me, but it it's a performance machine. But ever since the Integra came, like, what a letdown. Like,
Yes.
Massive, epically crushed by what I thought the new Integra was going to be, and then what it actually was. And I don't know if Honda's going to sell any Integras or Acura or whatever. So I have a bad taste in my mouth from that, and I'm a little worried. But they have a good track record with Type R, but I'm a little reserved, to be honest.
It's an Acura TLX. It's a full size sedan. It's not. The Integra has always been, a smaller frame. It's been based on the Civic 4-door, right? And so I don't know. This seems like a nostalgia grab. Same thing that Marvel is doing. Same thing that Star Wars is doing. They just keep pumping out these garbage shows and garbage products because it has a name on it that people are a fan of.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Alan O'Neill says my 67 Riviera is finally running, but it don't move yet.
But it's halfway there.
I don't know if running means what you think it means.
Oh.
Alan.
She runs. She don't drive, but she runs.
I feel you.
Well, fortunately for Cadillac, their project does run and drive. You remember we were talking about that Le Mans car that Cadillac was putting together, the GTP Koi?
Yes, I do.
So check this out. We just had the first test day for it. It looks real close to what those renders were. I don't know, for everybody that's listening to the podcast, by the way, you can just click the links underneath to see everything that we're talking about. But on the video, we have the image up. And as a matter of fact, Cadillac Performance went ahead and posted their engine sound.
I'm here for it.
5.5 liter V8, double overhead cam, of course.
I can't believe how Cadillac they made this car. Like, you don't really think of these, but it's still revving like crazy, but it's got this rumbly V8.
Yeah.
I mean, sounds kind of weird though, doesn't it?
No.
I love it.
No, I mean, I love it too, but it's got a little bit of an off sound. Like the first time I listened to it, I was like, oh, dang. Oh, what? But wait, what? Like, listen to it again. Listen to it again.
No, it's just you.
I will say what sounds off to me. The gearing sounds really tall for a prototype car.
Oh yeah, no, maybe that's what you're picking up on.
Which
I'm just so happy it sounds like an actual Cadillac, like you guys are saying. Like that is yes.
I'm also wondering this is a front view we have up of the Cadillac prototype car. They had some really cool headlights in the render. This has no headlights at all, but I'm certain they'll do some night racing with this. So I'm wondering, you can kind of see some cutout look. I wonder if that plastic pops out and they just slam some pop-in type headlights for night racing, or what goes on there.
Maybe
yeah, that's a good point, Coy. Ooh, maybe we'll get flip-ups.
Yes. They're coming back.
They actually take the whole front end off and put a Miata front end on it. That'd be amazing.
Speaking of nostalgia grabs, I was talking with someone the other day about this. If somebody just came out with a pop-up headlight in something semi-sporty, I mean, think BRZ-esque, it wouldn't have to be like a super expensive car, but threw pop-up headlights in it, like all the pop-up headlights fans are now 30s, 40s, like they have money to kind of buy that stuff. So it's like, I would be pretty interested in something with pop-up headlights solely because I had I'm not a Nissan guy. I don't hate them. But if Nissan was like, hey, this new car has pop-up headlights, I'd be like, I'm interested and I'm going to look at it. Like it would bring me right to the dealership.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm here for it. Yeah. My friend just gave me a pair of Pit Vipers that pop up. I'm like, I'm just playing with them the whole time. I'm like, why am I like this? But it's the same thing with the car. I would get it just to do it. It's just a childhood thing.
I don't know if you watched Initial D when you were a youth, but you need to get the Initial D soundtrack, that initialize, and just have that on your phone. Hit that and then flip up your Pit Vipers.
That's going to be my next TikTok or my first TikTok then. Yeah, thank you.
Genius.
Forever. Flip them up. Dun, dun. Yeah.
I'm here for it.
Fire Medic Smitty says flip up pit vipers would be badass.
Oh, they are. I feel like I
amazing.
should get them now.
What
You're
I
gonna
need to
have
know, do you have to manually flip them down, or can you go like old school welding hood and pop them down?
No, I wish it was cool enough for that, but no, I'm obsessed with these. Like, yeah, no. So like, these are them. Look at that.
If you can loosen that spring so you can give the head nod like an old school welder and pop that down, can you imagine just be like somebody's talking to you and you just pop those down with a head nod?
I was so excited. We were listening to like Pompeii, and like they, they have the part where you close your eyes. I'm like, yeah, me and Gabby have the best time. But yeah, I normally don't like sunglasses at all because I wear safety glasses all day. But yeah, I'm here for it. So I mean, I just need that and a car to match it. That's a good reason to get a car, right?
Great reason.
A car or a truck, because I know you guys know all about the new Bronco Raptor that came out. Coy actually had to remind me that it came out. I can't believe I forgot. Coy, what are you thinking about this thing so far?
I want one so bad. I just straight up, I like Fords. I own some Ford trucks and I've had a Ford here and there, but I haven't been like a Ford performance enthusiast guy. They're just kind of like tools. But this one, I really like. I want it. It's time to get rid of the Toyota and get a Bronco Raptor, man. And the price, though,
how much is the price?
I think it's starting at Bronco 80,000. I think.
Ooh.
No, sorry, 68.5, rising to more than 80 with option. That doesn't seem right according to this article, but I swore it was more than that.
Wow.
But man, 37s from the factory. On the rear suspension, they actually have a second setting for the shock to go in so that it can make it out the assembly line at Ford onto a delivery truck. Take it to the dealer, and then they actually put it in the actual, they put the suspension in the actual setting so it can sit high enough, like where it's supposed to. Like it's literally too beastie for a car carrier and to roll through the assembly line.
That's awesome. Yeah, they had some of these at the show. I think they only had 2 of these at the show in Tennessee, the Bronco thing at Tennessee. Yeah, that was it was pretty cool. I think it's pretty cool.
The downside for this for me is this basically weighs the same as the F-150 Raptor. It's
really?
Like literally within 10 pounds. Like it's a little heavy, but since it has no roof, they reinforce the entire hoop system and stuff to make it stronger. So it comes in a little bit heavy. It's almost 6,000 pounds, but
she's thick.
It's beast. So electronically disconnecting sway bars, like and they're actually out driving these now. Like they're letting some media guys have them. So
that's awesome.
Plus.
That is so cool. Yeah. I think we lost Andy.
Yeah, I think he's gone. I'm not sure what's going on there. He'll text me if he's really gone.
He gone.
His internet goes nuts.
Oh no.
So you haven't got a chance to drive a Bronco Raptor yet, Devin, but have you been driving a regular Bronco at all?
No, I have not. Like sometimes, like if the guys pick me up from my flight or something from the shop, they'll like let me ride passenger, but I haven't gotten to drive one yet. I'm on the Subaru side of things, but I kind of want to just because like it looks fun. But I mean, I would want to go like jump it or something. Like, cause like the BMW, they have like those courses where you could do like performance stuff, or you could actually do like the off-roading stuff. That would be hella fun to take out and do that. That's just what I want to do.
Yeah. Off-road courses are super fun. I do a fair amount of off-roading. I like snow wheeling. So that's kind of my jam, but sadly right now it's middle of the summer and I don't have any snow to go through, but yeah, these are super awesome. I want one super bad.
Yeah, no, those are so cool. That's just crazy how heavy they are, but I mean,
it is kind of crazy, but like 5,700s to 6,000 pounds.
The big.
If you really think about it, like a Jeep comes in at like 5,500 for a 4-door Jeep, so they
really
are heavier.
heavy?
What's that?
Are they really that heavy? Wow.
Yeah, so I have an FJ Cruiser, which is it's a 4-door but like suicide door type thing. And mine's lifted and I have some, armor and stuff on it, but I'm sitting at like 5,500 pounds, but I have sliders and, heavy duty front bumper and
okay,
stuff,
okay.
tires, but they're still even factory. And, those are now the last ones were made in America in like 2014. They were, a touch over 5,000, I think, right off the showroom floor. So we're slowly creeping up with more and more weight on these off-road rigs, but the suspension keeps getting better and better and better. And the suspension in this Bronco is amazing. And it's not even the same suspension as the standard Broncos. It's completely revamped. Like you couldn't take this. You can't take off your factory Bronco Raptor suspension and like sell it to your buddy with a regular Bronco without selling like all your control arms and stuff. It's a complete different.
Dude, see that right there, what they're doing? I want to do that. Oh, King of Hammers too. See, that's the stuff I want to do. I just want to go do that just for fun.
This is a Forbes article, and they're talking about how they legit went out like rock crawling at King of Hammers with this thing. Totally factory, didn't, no mods to it. It's just the Bronco R. Pretty much every automotive journalist I've seen cannot stop raving about this thing. They are just like, this is as close to perfection as we've seen.
Oof. That's awesome.
I agree. Like I literally like for like an overland daily off-road rig, like what more do you want? Like buy a winch bumper and winch and like maybe a little armor, but like it's done. Like it's on 37s already. 37s are the new 35s.
Yes. No, that's awesome. Yeah.
I really think that this term down here, as close to Ultra 4 capability as street vehicles get. And Ultra 4, we all know what that is. Devin, do you know what Ultra 4 is?
I don't.
It's off-road vehicles going like over an off-road track or path. Help me explain it, Coy. Logs, rocks.
It is a more off-road version, like Baja 1000. It's kind of a GPS course. You got a driver and you got a navigator.
Right.
It's like that, but like rock crawling mixed with high speed, mixed with super technical. That's what King of Hammers kind of is. They have but I mean, they have all kinds of classes. And don't forget that Bronco or Ford did do a clean sweep in the everyman's competitors section last year. King of Hammers. They have a class called everyman's, and they have 3 different classes under that. And in the past, it hasn't been manufacturers, just been dudes that build stuff, shops. Ford rolled in with 3 Broncos this year, and then had like Von Gittin Jr. and stuff, like pro drivers, and just crushed fucking everyone.
Oh my God. That's better.
I always kind of like that was a lame move forward to me because, and I guess supposedly the people that started King of Hammers actually intended that class for like production, production manufacturers to kind of go, Jeep versus Ford type thing. But the manufacturers haven't gotten into King of Hammers really till this year, and it was only Ford, and they lamb blasted everyone like in all 3 classes. It wasn't even close.
I mean, listen, a win is a win, but
exactly.
I feel like if I were one of the higher ups at Ford, I would tell them, by the way, these were buy runs. We're not going to take a trophy. We just wanted to be there and compete. Like that seems like the gentlemanly thing to do.
Yeah, I agree. Mm-hmm. Yep.
They went in hard. I don't think they're ever going to back up on this. I'm assuming they're going to because I feel like now Jeep has to go to King of Hammers next year and try and like once an OEM does this, it's just going to force more OEMs, which is better for the whole King of Hammers and that sport, the Ultra 4 stuff. But all the people that were competing as like shops and normal guys in that class, like they'll never have them. It was already almost priced out of most people's reach. And now like once a manufacturer's in like, oh, well, we just spent $1 million getting this rig ready. It's like no one can compete anymore.
Yeah. Fair enough. Well, it is much fun as the Bronco R sounds, and it's very cool, and I'm super excited to see him around. And of course, like if you gave me one, I would definitely drive it. However, we got some titillating new news from Ford. V8 powered Ford F-150 Raptor R is going to be announced in just 4 short days, July 18th. And I'm here for it because we all know that this is going to be a direct competitor to the Dodge T-Rex, the TRX. So we need to be willing to expect like 720 to 780 horsepower. Of course, it's going to have all of the best bits of the F-150 that we've all come to love. I'm actually pretty excited about this one. Not that the Bronco R is not cool. It's very cool. But with me, I'm going to be driving it on the street and I would like over 700 horsepower. So that kind of lands me on this one, you guys.
So that this is what you're going to get next. You're thinking the 400 and the Bronco R is not enough?
No, I'm pretty sure I'm going to need the 760 horsepower. And that's only a rumor right now. But I mean, people are just sort of looking at the Mustang Shelby GT500 and saying, why wouldn't you just take the transfer or the drivetrain out of that and put it into this, right? So I'm thinking that that's what everyone expects. I'm hoping it's that way. I mean, hell, if they decided that they were going to throw the 7.3 liter, what's it called, Godzilla motor with a blower on it and put it in one of these, I would be fine with that too. I have no problem with that at all. I mean, it's apples. It's potato tomato for me because I mean, it's just like, do you want 700 horsepower or 900 horsepower? I'm good with either. No, I take it back. I'll take the 900. What was that, Devin?
I mean, if I have a choice.
What I am truly hoping, and I'm absolutely positive it is going to be this way. Obviously, Ford enjoyed much success with their Raptor, the first version, the Turbo V6 version, and we're basically they were the only ones competing in the OEM Baja truck field, and they enjoyed that for a while, and then Dodge rolled in with the T-Rex or TRX or whatever, and then had to one up them by everything, and talked a lot of literally advertised about how much better and the most horsepower and most advanced suspension, and really went after the Raptor. And it's been 18 months. It hasn't been much longer than a year since that's been released. So I think the Dodge TRX they just got it barely over 700. It's like what, 710, 720,
706 or 708 it's on my head. Yeah,
they just made it so that it would start with a 7. It's low 700s. Guaranteed. Like, Ford was waiting for this, and they're gonna one up them everywhere. Like, I bet this thing has a 1/4 inch more suspension travel, 1/8 of a second better quarter mile time, 13 more horsepower. Like, they're just gonna easily just barely one up Dodge, right?
I'm here for it.
Yes. I know I would too, because you could almost just feel it coming off of Ford when the TRX got released. Ford was just sort of like, oh, okay. All right.
Right? That's how you want to play it? All right, I got you.
Yeah, we'll see you.
It was like 3 weeks, and they're like, we have a V8 version coming out. Like, they're just like, no, yeah, you're competing against the Turbo V6. We have a V8. We just haven't. We're waiting for a good reason to release it. So I either want Ford to beat them by 3 horsepower, just an obvious one-up move that just is lame, or else just to be like, yeah, ours starts with a 1. It has 1,000 horse, or just go straight to 1,000.
Oh,
either just. I wish they'd do one or the other. If it's 28 more horsepower, I feel like it's less vindictive than 3 horsepower more.
I don't know. It's gonna be kind of funny. I'm here for the 3 more.
I hope they do.
I have a legit question for you guys now. How long do you think it's going to be before, the Raptor R comes out in 4 days?
Mm-hmm.
I want to know how long it's going to take before somebody does a street version of this.
I mean, I don't feel like it'd be long. I mean, because I know, my team, they're working on things now. I mean, but it's nothing performance wise. So I can't imagine that people aren't already going for this, this is probably something people are like, finally, and they're starting to build this. This is going to be a good market. This is going to be really cool.
And it may be that it would be cheaper, actually, if you were going to go the street truck way to do that last week's article, Coy, from Stida. Do you remember that?
Yes.
34,000, and they turn your whatever pickup whatever F-150 V8 you pick, and they turn it into a 750 horsepower street truck. So it might actually be cheaper to go that route than to buy one of these Raptor Rs, because I'm sure the Raptor R is going to be coming in around that 75, 80,000. Although, I mean, that would be similar. So like if you want to get a 4-door, 4-wheel drive V8 F-150, it probably would be a bit similar cost to have Steeda make it or to get one of these Raptor Rs. But what you're going to avoid is the dealer markup.
Right. Yeah, no, that's true.
What I would love to see is Ford make a 2-wheel drive version of this, because the fastest the fastest pickup record is still held by the Viper Dodge truck for fastest like production truck, which is so sad when they quit making those like 2010. It's just sad to me that we have gone 12 years and it's a super easy one to break. Like any of these OEMs could easily have the world's fastest production truck super easily. So I would like them to make a 2-wheel drive version. And then I want one of the pro drift guys to just call up and be like, look, I need a body in white Raptor, and just build a full Raptor drift truck. And then just see it in Formula D like next year.
That'd be so cool. Yeah.
Yes, that is a genius idea. And you know what's weird? How sure are we that the SRT10 is still the fastest truck? Because it runs the quarter mile in 13.8 seconds. Do we seriously not have a production truck that runs faster than that?
I think the TRX is actually faster than that now. But
okay, so maybe they've laid claim to the fastest pickup, but I don't know, man. I don't know if they're going to hold that title for too much longer, because if Ford's bringing the heat, they're bringing the smoke.
Yeah,
I'm ready. I love the battles.
Yeah, manufacturer battles are really, Devin, I know, just as we all do, you very much miss the rivalry, like the true rivalry between the Subaru STIs and the Mitsubishi Evos.
Oh gosh, yes.
That was I feel like that was a modern heyday. It was like a manufacturer's war that we got to witness sort of in our most prime car loving time.
Yep.
And I want to see that. And I think that's what's making this so intriguing, this thing between Dodge and Ford. But suspiciously, are you noticing that Chevy is just sort of like out in the pasture playing with their own poop? Like, what's going on over there, guys?
Well, do you remember the last time? Do you remember what happened last time when they released a Chevy Trailblazer?
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah,
So,
true.
Also, while you bring up the Evo versus Subi, like, who really won that though? You know what I mean? Well, they sold a bazillion more units and still make them. But if I get on Facebook and look at resale value, that portrays a whole different winner.
It might change now, because it was the last, what is it? The last STI that's not going to be EV from here on out. So they might go up, you know.
It could change. It could change. That's crazy.
It's stupid expensive, because like even before I got my car, I was looking at getting, I wanted an 05. That was my favorite year. I wanted an 05, and just to find something that was like not modded out by somebody and it was owned by a grandpa. I was looking for this in 2016. So, you know, it was almost a 10-year-old. Well, it was a 10-year-old car, and they still wanted $25,000 for it. And it had, what did it have? Like 117,000 miles on it. And I'm like, what? Why are we paying this much for this? You know, they hold their value. It's ridiculous.
And by the way, we got a couple of really good comments here. Darwin Bonk says the Ram TRX is 12.3 in the quarter mile. So I think that might be the fastest production pickup truck now.
I actually Googled it while you were talking. It is.
It is. Okay.
It's technically fastest production 4-wheel drive truck. The 2-wheel drive truck is, I could be wrong, but I'm near certain it's still the Dodge Viper SRT10 truck, which
That's
is
so lame.
Sad that the 2-wheel drive is fucking record is slower than 4-wheel drives at this point.
But you've got that 4-wheel drive launch. Alan O'Neill says Ford always one-ups Dodge. Well, recently they have been doing some serious back and forth, and it's been impressive. And then Ryan Berger, Dodge activated Ford's trap card.
That is amazing. You fucking nerd. I still think that was hilarious. That was a good one.
That was a good one. What were you saying, Devin?
Oh no, you're right. It is still the Ram. Yep.
How sad is that? Like, it's
Yeah.
such an easy. They beat it with a 4-wheel drive. Now make a 2-wheel drive one and hold your trophy above your head proudly. Like,
Yeah. I mean, because it says like the top 10 pickups on Motor Trend, like the top fastest, and like, oh yeah, Ford is a little bit slower than I would have thought. So if I scroll all the way to the bottom to like the fastest one, oh, that's an EV. It doesn't count. We don't care about that one.
oh, is it a Rivian or something?
Yeah, the Rivian was actually the fastest. The next one that's an EV too. What the hell? Okay, so yeah, the Ram TRX, 4.1 seconds to 60 miles. Yeah, that's the fastest so far.
Yeah. That's wild. That's wild.
Yeah.
And I mean, a 12.3 and a full-sized 4-wheel drive pickup truck is crazy.
Do you know what's next though?
Hmm.
A fucking 2008 Toyota Tundra is next. 4.4. Yeah.
I'm actually not surprised. Like,
I'm like, wait, what? The 2008 is so that's
well,
awesome.
you could get a short bed single cab, I think, in 2008.
And it
and
says it's
two-wheel drive.
supercharged too. So yeah, hell yeah.
You know what I would actually like to see, if we could, maybe like Car and Driver, somebody could do this, or Hoonigan type thing. We get we get Ford to give just a body in white Raptor R, and we get Dodge to do the same thing, and then we run drag race, we do all this stuff, and then we do the whoops, we do some off-road stuff, and then we just start setting up a jump, and it's like, okay, we hit it at 10 miles an hour. It's a 10 mile, and we just keep going till something breaks. And I mean, you're going to be hitting this jump at like 120 eventually, like, just a nice tabletop in the sand somewhere. But eventually somebody's going to like travel a football field in a production truck, and then a frame's going to taco, but we'll find out who does it first. How awesome would that be?
I'm actually really here for it. I feel like, yeah, like if not the Hoonigans, like I feel like that's very much like a Nitro Circus thing.
There we go. Like if we could just get Travis Pastrana to
yeah, that seems like up their alley.
And you guys don't mind the idea of these internet personalities basically going and buying one or two of the super limited production vehicles and then just ruining them for clicks?
No, because they're going to be ruined by some asshole who doesn't know anything about it anyway. So might as well have somebody that appreciates it and is going to push it to its limits. I'd rather that,
That's a really good point, Coy. You got any rebuttal to that, or should we just move on?
No, move it on. I totally agree. Like, I'd rather see some internet personality just drive it underwater and ruin it, because I'm just going to see a newspaper article where somebody does a burnout in front of their school and piles it into a telephone pole. Like, it's the same, and at least I get a video.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Ooh, it's for science. Exactly. Science. I'm here for
it's for science. That's smart. Probably the worst way for me to see one of these vehicles is like a drug dealer gets caught, and then it's a civil seizure forfeiture, civil asset forfeiture.
Turned into a cop car.
Mm-hmm. Those drive me nuts.
I hate those too, because I'm like, hey, you have to wait till he's proven guilty first. You don't just get to make it a cop car because you found it.
No, it's not how it works. It's a cop car.
No, they're just like, no, we put vinyl on it. It's ours now.
Yeah.
They do that with stuff that you don't even realize. I mean, there are stories. Well, yeah, but there are stories out there. I remember a guy, he made the news because he had $32,000 or $33,000 cash because he was going to look at a car. It was like a Porsche or something. He didn't end up buying the car, and so he was driving back through, and he had passed through a couple of states to get there. He's driving back home. Yeah, he has this cash on him. The cop pulls him over, says, "What were you doing?" And he said, "Oh, I was just in the other state looking at a car, but I didn't end up buying it."
Yeah.
He pulls the guy out of the car for whatever reason, makes up some excuse, and takes the money. Like in a civil asset forfeiture, takes the money and says, "You have to come to court and explain to us why you have this money. Otherwise, you're not getting it back."
Mm-hmm.
And it was the most insane news article. We should do a separate video on it sometime, because it was one of the crazy stories.
But yeah,
there oftentimes is, but there are some states where if they, they can't do that, and it has happened. It's pretty insane.
Whew, that's wild.
Yeah. It is wild. It's probably not quite as wild as our OLAF, though. Coy, should we check this out?
Hang on. Darwin Bonk says, not a tabletop jump in the desert. It needs to be on the same road that Tesla was trying to turn into a bird on. Agreed. Agreed. Thank you, Darwin Bonk. So
that's amazing.
the
Yes.
same road, but the Tesla was going full SpaceX on. We get these trucks out there and we just set the cruise control 5 miles an hour faster each time.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Good,
Yeah.
good plan. Good plan. Overland is fucked. Dude, what the hell did you send me this time?
The most overland as fuck thing I could find. All right, bro. Alucab. For those that don't know, they make really high quality rooftop tents, awnings, and all kinds of accessories for overland type travel. They're very expensive and very awesome and great products. They now make an Alucab can crusher. You know, because like when you're out camping, doing some off-roading, and you're like, all these empty cans have just taken up so much space. If only I could crush them somehow, but my body weight isn't enough. Like you can't bend down and stand on it or something. Like, so you actually need it.
For that.
Yeah, like I don't have time to just step on these cans. I need like a physical French fry maker crusher looking thing. Boom. For the sweet price of $99.99, you can get a can crusher that bolts onto your truck.
I legit did think that this was an April Fool's ad when you first sent it to me.
Absolutely not. I almost sent you another one because I found a pneumatic powered one on Amazon.
Oh my goodness. I feel like I've seen it all now. Holy crap.
Dude, the pneumatic powered one, though, like I feel like that transcends douchiness into like you're just gonna start sticking stuff in there. Like, oh, I'm gonna
Yeah.
boom, you know.
Wow.
It's for the mafia boss that likes overlanding. Take him to the crusher. No, I got your money. No.
Yeah. Wow. So just, you know, there's not a lot to say about this. I think we all understand that cans being crushed were never like a huge issue for most, like, I would say grown men and women and really any human being over the age of 4 has been able to crush empty cans.
Yeah.
So I feel like, honestly, about the time you could balance and walk on top of cans, you're heavy enough to crush them. Right? Yeah. Right. So,
I mean, if you pay $100 for this, you deserve to pay $100 for this. Like, if you actually buy this, you deserve to be out that money. That's ridiculous.
There's a part of me that's actually surprised it's only $100. Like, their tents are like $4,000. Like, they're expensive. So,
smokes, really?
Oh yeah, you Google it, bro. Like, I know their awning is, it's like $1,200.
But do they sell it, or is it just listed as that? That's what I'm curious as.
Their rooftop tents and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh no, they're like a global company that sell these rooftop tents.
Like that
that's,
much? Holy crap!
Oh yeah. Oh, you have not dove into overlanding apparently, because it is like, it makes race car stuff look cheap.
What's the saying? More money than sense. But also, if you pack it in, you got to pack it out. And if all you're using is like garbage bags, are just the market of choice or Whole Foods bags that you bought all of your grain-free, gluten-free, vegan, keto, paleo, veggie burgers to grill on your $8,000 Scottle, you know, you can essentially recycle that by filling it back up with your garbage, right?
Sure.
Yes.
And then just flush it down the toilet.
I'm trying to find just the first price for Alucab. Okay, so the first Alucab rooftop tent that pulled up on the first page of Google that had a price under it. OK 4-wheel drive Alucab Gen 3.1 Expedition rooftop tent, $3,899. It's probably $200 to ship that too. Just heads up. So this company makes some like expensive, albeit legit products. Like, they're pretty cool. They're wildly expensive though. So I just sold the car this weekend for like $800 less than that. It was a good rented car.
Holy crap. They're worse than Subaru people. Just spend money. Like, oh my goodness. That is insane.
if you get a Bronco and you get into this, you're on a dark path of spending money. It's insane. I'm there. I'm not here where this is, but I've spent way too much money on my trucks.
Yeah, I love my truck, but I want a Denali. That's what I want. I'm just poor. So I'm waiting for that. Like, I love these things. These are cool. I just want to drive somebody else's. I'll just drive like IAGs or something. But I really I don't want it. Like, I want to just play with somebody else's.
Yeah, I agree. And I have to admit, now that I'm hearing the price of the other stuff that they sell, you might just tack one of these on. Like, what the hell not? You're already spending $4,000 and another $200 in shipping. You're going to get this thing for free shipping.
Okay, but if you get that, I'm making fun of you. Like, okay, what kind of grown-ass person can't do this? Like, no, that is ridiculous.
And it also points out like the difference between overlanders and like just the traditional like trailer off-road truck into Moab or those guys they're just hurling beer cans out the window kind of in the direction of their pickup bed.
Fair.
Yeah. They don't look to see if it made it in there, and they know that the next big bump they hit, 12 are going to fly out. Like, they get up for breakfast and just do that cool, throw the can, pop it open, pound that, and just drink all day and wheel. Yeah. And then you got the overlanders over here with their $100 can crusher, probably crush.
Oh yes.
Brunstad says, "Frig that, get 10 cents per unsmushed can. Depends on which state you're in, but for Oregon, hell yeah."
Yeah,
that's awesome. That's a good point.
Yeah. But I don't have that problem here in Florida, so maybe I should get myself one of these. Ooh, I can bolt it to the back of my truck that I never take off road. Coy, wouldn't that be good?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a total flex right there, baby. Overland is fuck. Seriously, overlanding is one of those things that I don't know. I watched you sink into it, Coy, and I knew you were going down a bad path. I knew it. I didn't have it in my heart to say anything to you, but in some ways I felt like I was in one of those zombie movies where you get bit, but you don't want to get shot. And you just say, just let me walk into the crowd. And I just say to myself, he's on a different path now.
Okay. Okay. That's fair.
But I'm saying it in a nice way.
Look, I've always said, if I get bit by a zombie, I am not going to be the person that's like, hey, just kill me now. I'm going to be like, hey, just let me kind of hang out, but like I'll walk beside the car and then just let me go feral or cage me up somewhere. And then if there's ever a cure, I'm in a dog kennel on 137th Street and you can come fix me. Like, don't just shoot me in the head. Like, maybe it's awesome being a zombie. Maybe it's like you're just tripping balls on acid while you're a zombie. Like, maybe that's what's up. You're just straight bath salt out. Like, I wouldn't even knock. Don't knock being a zombie till you try it.
Maybe zombie sex is way better.
But maybe.
We don't know.
I also say that with vampires. Like, if that was real, I'd be like, hey, could you go ahead and just bite me now? Because this whole, like, I don't even like the sunshine light. It's hot out. I sweat. Like, I'll just hang out at night and be cool and mysterious.
I'm ginger. I burn. Yeah, we're good.
Yeah. You're literally 43% of the way there. So, like, it's almost a lateral move for you.
Oh, my goodness. It is. Like, we went swimming this past weekend, and my friend was like, wow, full moon is out, because I'm, like, so pale. She's like, I never knew somebody could be so white. Stop. Trying.
I've got this. I work outside and we have to wear these long sleeve FR shirts, fire rated shirts now. But I've always worn short sleeve before. And then my arms get super tan in the summer and you don't really notice because I'm wearing a short sleeve shirt all the time. But now that I have to wear a long sleeve shirt, it looks like I'm wearing gloves and my arms are getting like staying white. But I'm just brown hands. And I look down, I'm like, what? Looks like I had hand transplants. Like, it's just weird.
That's amazing. Oh my goodness. At least you tan. I just burn and peel and then go back to being pasty.
You're either white or lobster.
Yeah. There's no in between.
Well, fortunately, my wife, Freckles, she has like an intermediate stage where she's white and then she's lobster, but then the lobster fades to freckle.
Yep. I understand. Yep. I get that. And then it fades. Yep. That's awesome.
Alan O'Neill says, I don't know, guys. In my 20s, I raced Hondas. Now in my 40s, I race Mercedes and have to deal with BMW F-boys. There is a little bit of an overlandy kind of thing going on with BMW people. That is the truth.
Yeah.
But, I mean, Honda, when we were growing up, it was the worst fan base. Coy, you were a bit of a Honda fanboy, but I think you can accept that, right?
without a doubt, like there's no question. Like people are still making fun of Honda guys, and like Honda guys aren't even a thing anymore. Like they've been surpassed by like 8 different types of car guys.
That's true. Yeah, Honda
Like
guys
we
are
had
nowhere near
the
as bad
drift
as I
with
thought.
Nissan 240 guys. The Subaru guys got their fair chunk of shade, you know, with vapes and hoodies and stuff. But
I know.
like everybody got their own shade thrown for whatever they were into. But like Hondas, yeah, they're like we're still talking crap about Hondas. They're great,
True.
great cars.
I mean, I like the BMW like SUVs that you can go off roading with. I mean, obviously I'm biased because I helped build them, but you know, the X series and stuff, like all the testing we got to do in those and put a lot into it. Like those things are fast as shit. They can tow your fucking car and then you can go off roading. I'm like, and you get a massage and a heated seats. I love heated seats, so for me, that's like my thing. I'm like, I'm here for it, but it's like really very glamping. So I guess that's what you're saying is like the difference between some of the off-roaders. Like it is a comfortable ass ride.
I do need to quickly point out in Europe, BMW has rolled out their subscription service for different things.
Korea.
Oh, Korea, excuse me. I don't know how you feel about paying $18 a month for heated seats and, you know, $15 a month for air conditioning. And you get what I'm saying?
But I also don't live in Korea, so clearly answers your question.
I understand that. I just feel like when a manufacturer introduces a service like that somewhere, it's only a matter of time before it comes here.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Americans are kind of weird, so I don't think they would I don't think that would fly. I think they know we'd be like, fuck that.
Well, that's actually illegal here is what in an article I read that would be illegal. If you buy a product and then basically hold the software hostage like that is not something you can do in many countries, but apparently Korea you can.
Not surprised.
Also, I've never been to Korea. I know a few Koreans. I'm not sure where they're at, but in America, I feel like even the people who just bought it, sure, BMW would make money for 5 years, but once I went secondhand, like we'd all just be buying some plug-in tuner and just unlock. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like, it'd be like, yeah, I could pay $18 a month or $300 for the whatever tuner that unlocks all the options.
Yep. No, that's exactly. We'll find a way around it. Yeah. Or honestly, I just wouldn't buy it. It'd be like, oh, fuck this.
I'd have a big toggle switch like an ejection seat for my heat. It's just wired under my seat. Super ghetto style.
Part of me was just wondering if they see all these other corporations having record profits and they're like, we need to make a record profits. How do we do this? Which country can we exploit? Yeah, Korea. Put on a little Euro beat. Okay, we got to get back to Hondas though, because even though Honda fanboys have gotten so much shade, I think that there might be a Honda here that we can all kind of talk about, and I think it might land pretty close to what we'd all be interested in.
Smokin Deal or Smokin A Doob.
I know you're seeing the photo, but just hear me out. Make me an offer. It's a V6 3.2 liter Acura swap with Acura bump shifter, which isn't a good thing, by the way. He essentially just admitted that it's an automatic. Disc brakes, bunch of other tidbits. Don't know much about the car. I accidentally smacked the tranny on the ground. Ooh, well, anyways. Because she's so low and took a chunk out. Wow. Okay. That all needs to be reworded. I think with some aluminum welding, she'd be just fine. That's a lie. But forewarning, she is a gutted race car with an automatic. Great. Completely street legal, title in hand. Make me an offer. 60,000 on motor, about 200,000 on body. It is a Honda CRX. Looks to me like it's an 88 or an 89. Yes, Koi?
Right in there, yeah.
$2,000.
Bro, like you really gonna say this is not a deal?
This feels like a hard deal to me because a CRX, well, it does say 91. So if this is a 91 CRX, somewhere between 88 and 91, I can't trust any of his listing stuff.
Right, yeah.
If it's somewhere in there, this car, if you just reverted it back to like a stock engine, transmission, all that other good stuff, it would be worth what, Koi, 3,500, 4,000?
Oh, absolutely.
Well, that's why I would do 1,500. I'd do 1,500.
Yeah. Oh, I think you're getting For a CRX or for this one?
No, for this one, I'd do 1,500.
No, you're getting no, Devin. You're supposed to tease it. You're getting way ahead of yourself.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You're super excited, and I
I
understand.
am excited. Yeah. Because I would actually really probably race it. So I'm a little. You can't just dangle things that are like have potential in my face. It's got to be uglier than that. So yeah.
I honestly think that this would be super quick. I've known dudes with 3-liter and 3.2-liter J swaps in Honda Civics, and they are brutal. I mean, they are really, really quick. Coy, I felt like you knew a guy that had one, and it was just all motor. As a matter of fact, I don't think he did anything to the motor, but it was real quick, a real street fighter. And I don't see anything wrong with this beyond the fact that it's an automatic. The fact that he broke the transmission and now he has to ask such a low price is kind of a positive for me, because it needs to get a manual transmission anyways.
Right.
Well, or does it? I'm just going to say that automatic transmission, it does have the Tiptronic bump bullshit, but I bet you can pick up another one of those transmissions for $300.
Okay.
And it'll bolt right in, and then we get out the tube bender and we throw a cage in this, and boogity boogity boogity, we're going chump car racing.
Yes.
And you have a V6 powered CRX. DOM tubing is expensive right now, but like I bet for like an investment, we talk this guy down a little bit and I throw another $1,000 at this. I'm chump car racing this. Like it's not even, I don't know how this can't be a bargain. Obviously, a manual transmission is far better, and honestly, K series would be way better. But for chump, not having that V6 torque, and you're gonna race for between 8 and 12 hours straight.
Right. Yep.
I'll take a motor that because you can get this motor and transmission from a junkyard like $1,400.
Right.
Oh yeah.
With 80,000 miles or something. It's chump car. You're gonna run that thing hard and long. You're going to blow some motors. They're easily replaceable. I'm about ready to actually message this guy. Just be like, hey, I have feelings.
We always talk about that magical 10-to-1 ratio, which makes a really fun street car. This thing's got to be close to it, because the CRXs, especially being gutted, I mean, this has to be right at 2,000 pounds. And it's also going to have, 220, 250 horsepower, depending on how it was treated during the life cycle of the engine. But I think they're rated, this is a J32, and I think they're rated for 246 or 252 horsepower from the factory. And that'll scoot you right along. What is that, Devin? It's a 8.7 to 1 power to weight ratio, something like that.
Something like that. I would do it. That sounds fun.
Yeah.
Also, like, I don't care what track you're at, there is a really high percentage that you have the Torquace Honda there. Like, it's a V6, like, and especially in like wheel-to-wheel racing, where you actually, like, you can't plan out every corner. You're going to get in some dog fights. Like, having that torque, it's going to be a massive advantage. Now, handling wise, weight and things, I don't know how that's all going to work out.
Right.
But that's what sway bars and tuning is for. So.
All right, so Devin, you already kind of teased it. Let's start this off one more time. So first, you have to tell us what you think that he's going to get for this car.
I honestly think he'll probably get 2 for it.
And then your price, like buy it right now if it was in the same town as you and you had the cash.
1,500.
1,500. Is that all day long, or would you need to kind of be convinced?
No, but I would do it 1,500. That'd be a blast. Hell yeah.
Coy, what do you think?
If he doesn't get his 2 for this, well, first of all, his ad's a little janky, and he's got literally one picture. Picture looks good, honestly, for a $2,000 CRX. If he marketed this in the right spot, he could easily get this $2,000, and he could easily spend next to nothing to throw another transmission on it. And I'm telling you, the chump car crowd it's so perfect for that. Like 24 hours of lemons, like, do it, So if he doesn't get 2,000 for this, that's his own fault. Like he He's not selling the car right. And honestly, for me, if this was at my neighbor's house, as it sits, I wouldn't have to go down like $1,800. And if that transmission was fixable, or I'm like, hey man, like you're gonna help me throw the tranny in this at $1,800, like I'm gonna take this thing off. I straight up am.
Yeah. I mean, I hate to say it, but I am right there with both of you guys. First of all, Alan O'Neill says, hell yes, my CRX with a JDM H22 was still one of my favorite cars I ever owned. I can see why, because the H22s were a really, really good motor. My whole thing on this is it was listed 3 weeks ago. I'm honestly shocked that he hasn't sold it yet.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if there's something else that's going on.
No,
because
he just sucks. You read the description. He just sucks.
You're probably right, but somebody with some vision needs to be looking at this thing, because it's worth the 2,000 all day long. All day long. I think that he is going to get this price, and I'm with Coy. If it was sitting in my neighbor's yard, like you said, Coy, probably $300 gets you a new transmission. So I might try to talk him down to 17. But if he said, no, I need like 19, I would still do it, to be honest, because this is just so. And I would not stop my search for a manual transmission for this motor. I would prefer to have a manual on it, but you're right. Just to get it back up and running, throw another transmission into it. And here's the thing. I've actually had a transmission fixed before, had an aluminum weld guy do the thing, and it was like $150 or $175. And so I don't even know if it would be worth trying to fix this one, because you don't know how far he tried to go without any fluid in it.
Yeah.
But I mean, theoretically, like if you could keep it under that maybe $3,000 mark, running, driving, cage, something that you could actually take to the track, maybe under 4,000 if you tried to put some legit suspension underneath of it, like real suspension.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this would be really, really fun. And I think it actually has the potential to be very quick as well.
Yeah.
Not only quick, but I just can't imagine, even as it sits, if you just got that transmission fixed. I know if you could get a guy to weld it in for $100, and it's like you can get another transmission for 200, and this thing probably got toasted when he ran it out of fluid. Agreed, but it would be worth the $100 for me, because I would just pull it off this trailer fixed. I would reach down, I'd go from park to reverse and just turn the wheel full lock and then just floor it. Obviously, the transmission is going to be destroyed shortly after, but it'd be worth the $100 for me to just do an insane reverse burnout and a front wheel drive doing reverse cookies, and be like, oh no, my transmission's broke. I have another one over here that I paid literally $100 or $200 for, and I needed to replace it anyways. So it'd be worth it for me.
Dude, with my luck, I would twist up both of the CV shafts before the transmission went. That's the way it would go.
I was thinking it. I was like, yeah. That's awesome.
That I'm totally fine with that. That's an acceptable outcome for me.
Yeah. Well, look, everybody has
some of those AutoZone ones with a lifetime warranty, but like, yeah, I don't know what happened. They just both stabbed at once.
I don't know what happened. They're like, we saw it on TikTok.
Clearly a manufacturing defect.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Well, whatever people think out there, I mean, we're all Honda either haters or fanboys. There's really nobody that lands too in between. I'm not really a fence sitter with Honda. I do think that they have a lot of potential, old, new, whatever you want to say about them. So let us know in the comments. Is this a deal? Is it a doob? Are we way off base, or is this exactly what you would pay for it? Please do put your price in those comments, because we'll love to see that. And that is our dealer doob of the week.
Smokin Deal or Smokin A Doob.
Not a bad place to leave off on, you guys. Devin, one more time, I just thank you so much for coming on. It's always a blast to have you. Everybody go and check her socials out. Go and check out IAG, see what they're doing. Go and buy yourself a gas turbine engine, because that's what she's building. So, go out there and hook it up and spread the love. Boy, thank you, my friend. Where can everybody find you, buddy?
You guys, you can find me at all the Horsepower Hour pages. Just when you message them, say you want to talk to Coy, and then start a fight with me, and then I will, I'll probably fight back, because I like to fight. So let's do that.
That is facebook.com/the horsepower hour. Of course, groups/the horsepower hour. Come and check that group out, man. We do tons of cool things over there. Everybody is active and everyone is invited as long as you love cars and love to talk and laugh. So thank you for that. Thank you for liking, sharing, and commenting on the podcast. It means so much to us, and it just means the world, and we thank you for that. So, Devin, one more time, thank you.
Thank you.
Coy, thank you, my friend. And for Devin and Coy Forticus, this is Andy. We will see you next time.